Poshmark has been changing things left and right, from quietly launching new features that I have not seen anyone talk about online yet, to some not so quiet major changes about how much you earn from your actual sales on Poshmark, and even launching some completely secret new features that I have not been allowed to talk about until now. These past few months have been absolutely major in terms of Poshmark updates, and you guys know I'm kind of a Poshmark nerd. I love hunting down the actual facts and information directly from Poshmark. I feel like when a lot of these changes come around, there is a lot of misinformation and speculation floating around on social media, and I assure you that while this video is going to touch on some views that I have seen people have, it is also going to focus mainly on information directly from the source, and I just can't wait to get into it. So without further ado, here we go. I'm going to start with one of the most recent things, and this is one of those that I have literally not seen anyone talk about on social media yet. I found out about this completely on accident, and I think everyone else that knows about it did as well. Poshmark has now added giveaways into live shows. If you have ever done a live show, or if you have ever thought about doing a live show, this is amazing news, and this is really going to help out your sales. This was accidentally discovered by the app notifications. I was minding my own business the other day, and I got a notification on Poshmark that said a username is now hosting a giveaway or something like that. I'll put a screenshot. Now, I have every single Poshmark notification turned off except if I get a sale or an offer. So when I saw this, I immediately clicked on it, but I'm very glad I did, because I was able to witness a giveaway live on the Poshmark app and get a little bit more information on it. Some important information that I want to cover about these giveaways is that the host is the one that actually covers the shipping fee, and I thought this was so incredibly interesting for numerous reasons, and there are numerous benefits to this that I think this was actually kind of a big brain play on Poshmark's part. So let's talk about them real quick. So there is a concept in sales and marketing and just psychology in general, which is called reciprocity bias. According to the definition, reciprocity bias describes the impulse to reciprocate actions others have done towards us, the desire to return favors, pay back debts, and treat others well. And as you can see, the example of marketers and salespeople often make use of positive reciprocity. For example, offering a free sweet at the end of a meal can inspire a higher tip as a result of the customer feeling obligated to reciprocate. What I think is so interesting about this is that Poshmark has given us the ability to run a giveaway, meaning that one person is going to win the giveaway and have their shipping paid for. And as we know, in live shows, once you buy one item and pay the shipping cost one time, for the rest of the live show, you're going to have free shipping because it's just going to be included in one bundle. So what this means is that the person that wins the giveaway is going to have completely free shipping for the rest of the live show. And because of the reciprocity bias, they are more likely to actually purchase more additional items that they maybe never even intended on purchasing. Now, we know that giveaways are not a new thing, because Poshmark's biggest live show competitor, I would argue at least, is Whatnot, and they have had giveaways for the longest time. Now, Whatnot also has multiple giveaway types, so it will be interesting to see if Poshmark implements this in the future, but for now, it is a really exciting feature to have. I know a lot of people have been asking for this and requesting this for a very long time, probably even since Poshmark live shows became even a thing, but I have heard from the Poshmark team that they have really struggled with a lot of the development, I guess, on the back end of the Poshmark live shows and all of the features in them, and it has not been as simple as, oh, let's just do this. Like, there's a lot of complications on the back end that they've had to deal with, so I'm sure this is kind of one of those things, and that's why it's taken them this long. One thing that I did want to note is that currently Poshmark is notifying all of the followers of a user when a giveaway is started, and when I tried to turn off these notifications, there was not a place inside the app, so I have a feeling this is going to be one of those things where we're going to just need to unfollow the people who are doing live shows. Unfortunately, from what I can tell, not everyone has access to this feature right now. Poshmark always rolls new features out in batches, so I'm sure everyone will have it eventually. I would like to note, based on my experience, I used to do live shows both on Whatnot and on Poshmark, And in my experience in the beginning, I had a lot of people who never would purchase anything from me. They would just come to join the giveaway. And I think a lot of people experience that. However, I did notice that when I was running the giveaways, I used to have a lot of people be return customers because they knew that I did giveaways, and even having the chance to actually win one was enough for them to keep coming back. So I think this is a really wonderful tool and a really great way to build your community for your Poshmark live shows and possibly get more sales in your Poshmark live shows. And I'm really happy that Poshmark added it. Before we jump into all the drama and all of the amazing new opportunities that are on Poshmark that you probably haven't even heard of yet, I want to take a quick second to talk about something that is very close to my heart and incredibly helpful for Poshmark sellers like you, and that is Poshpop. Poshpop is a Google Chrome extension, which is kind of like an app but for Google Chrome, and Poshpop takes care of all of the repetitive tasks that we all hate but have to do to make sales. So things like sharing, sending offers, and a lot of other stuff. I'm always talking about how roughly 84% of all of my sales come from offers, and Poshpop is actually the one that is sending out all of these offers for me. When someone likes one of my items, Poshpop will wait a certain number of minutes and then it will automatically send them an offer, which just makes me look like a really on top of it seller, and a majority of my sales actually come from Poshpop doing this. Poshpop is also safer than any other tool out there because it runs directly on your computer, meaning Poshpop doesn't need your Poshmark username or password. Other services require you to give them your Poshmark login information, and then they run the service from a different computer or server, and that's why you don't have to have it open. This exposes your personal information in numerous areas, and we're not just talking about your name and address and credit card information, we're talking about your social security number because that is inside your Poshmark account too. We launched a completely brand new version of Poshpop this year, and we have even more features on the way. The first 50 people to sign up with the code POSHBETA will get their first month completely free, and we are always open to feedback or feature requests as well. As a Poshmark seller who's seen the back end of these other popular services and knows how risky and poorly built some of them are, I have put so much love into making Poshpop secure, affordable, and truly our goal has always been to create a simple and easy to use tool that helps you grow your Poshmark business. There are a lot of other topics to cover in this video. I promise you there are things that you are not going to want to miss in this video because there are literally ways to earn extra money besides just selling your clothing on Poshmark, and they have reopened this and you do not want to miss out on that. This is another recent Poshmark update that I really have not seen many people talk about, and this is a partnership between Poshmark and Cezanne. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. I promise you I watched a video before this about how to pronounce it, but for some reason I struggle with brand names. Please forgive me. Now, Poshmark has done other brand collaborations before, but this one is totally different because instead of the brand coming onto Poshmark, Poshmark is going to the brand's website. So anyone that purchases an item from the brand, when they go to their orders tab, they're going to see a button that says resell on Poshmark. And when they click on that button, supposedly the listing is going to be automatically filled out for them. Not only that, but supposedly 5% of the selling price of the listings created through this resell feature will be donated to the Women's Cancer Research Fund. You'll still receive the total amount, which means that sellers are still going to receive the total amount of their earnings. What's also interesting is that it's actually in partnership with Cezanne's philanthropic fund. I tried to come up with a way that this could be seen as a negative, and honestly, I think it is just great overall to bring people that have the money to be shopping on these websites and interested in this particular brand over to Poshmark. And it might plant the seed in their head of next time they're looking for a certain piece to maybe check out Poshmark. Now, I had been compiling information for this video, and today when I went and checked on the Poshmark blog, I saw that Poshmark has also announced this collaboration with Reformation. I do think it's interesting that they give us this video here, at least for the Reformation one, so we can kind of see what details are provided. And Poshmark is actually trying to promote this partnership even more by offering a giveaway, I guess. So if you list your Reformation pieces using the resell on Poshmark feature on their website by November 15th, you have a chance to win a $1,500 Reformation gift card and $1,500 in Posh credit, which is really cool. This next one I have had to keep my mouth shut about for a few months now, and I was actually not allowed by Poshmark to even talk about it. So a few months ago, I was on a private call with the Poshmark team and a lot of other Poshers, and I was really sad because they made us, before we even joined, agree to not share like any information that was discussed inside of it. Now, I don't know why I was in this call. Like, maybe it's because I'm a Poshmark ambassador too, and I just use like all the new features that they come out with. I don't know, but I could tell you that I did not necessarily fit in with the other people on this call. Let's just say that you would probably know who they are, and they have sold hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars more than I have sold on Poshmark. So of course I did agree to not share any of the things that were discussed in the call. That way I could actually attend the call. So I am going to honor that, of course. But I did find this blog post that they finally posted. I have no idea when it was posted. It seems like it was kind of like just thrown up there. I don't know when. So I am going to share this because it is publicly available. So basically, Poshmark launched something called Posh Party Live, and I know this video is super long and you're probably ready to go, but I promise you, do not miss this because there is something coming after this that is literally like free money and an additional way to earn money on Poshmark that a lot of people are not talking about. And actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about it, but I'm gonna blur what I think I should blur. Just hold on a second. Okay, so Poshmark launched something called Posh Party Live, which basically combines Posh shows with Poshmark parties. So evidently now these Poshmark live parties happen daily at 2 p.m. PT. And this is where we're kind of dipping into the next topic that is so incredible at the moment, and this is probably the highlight of the video. It says, all Posh Show hosts are invited to go live during the daily 2 p.m. PT time. The host must feature a listing that meets the party to enter the criteria. So basically, the item that you're running in the Posh Show has to actually meet the party criteria, and then your live show will automatically be shown in this particular section of live shows. This might not seem like a big deal because everyone's probably like, okay, but like it's just Poshmark parties mixed with Posh shows, right? Like two things that we are kind of like, what is the reason for this, right? But this is where it gets really good, and especially right now, you need to pay attention. Poshmark has a program called Posh Affiliate, or you may have heard of it based on the Poshmark campaigns. Now, according to this blog post, it says that to join the program, you must be one of the following: a Posh ambassador or a social media influencer who has connected one or more social accounts to Poshmark and has at least 5,000 followers on either one of those platforms. I think a majority of us are Posh ambassadors, and if we're not, that is super easy to get. So at the moment, I am a Poshmark ambassador too. And you can see right here, it says my earned benefits are access to Posh affiliate campaign, but this is only for Posh ambassadors. So you don't have to be a Posh ambassador too to actually have access to this, which makes it even easier to get. Now, you've probably heard about this before because this has been going on for years, but they kind of, at least for me, I stopped getting campaigns there for a while. But for some reason, I started getting these campaigns again, and these campaigns have been really good. So we're going to talk about the campaigns that I've been getting and also the campaigns that I've seen friends and family members of mine get as well, because it seems like everyone gets different campaigns. So you just kind of have to go check and see what you have access to. So one campaign that I've seen some of my friends and family have is actually one where if you host a live show on a specific date or a specific time and meet certain criteria, and they were really easy criteria, like it might have even been just host a show, Poshmark would then unlock on your account free shipping for an entire live show the following week. So you would run a live show the following week, and every single person that ordered from you would have free shipping, which first of all is amazing in itself because of course that's going to drive sales probably for you. Some other ones that I've seen are if you host a share show at a specific time in the Poshmark Party Live, meaning you stick to the specific category and you share other people's items. For every item that you share, they will pay you a certain amount in Poshmark credit, up to a certain amount. Now, I have seen varying amounts for this, and I don't know if I can get in trouble for sharing the specific number, so I'm not going to do that, but let's just say that the credit is between $90 to $150 for hosting one live show and running other people's items. That isn't the only one that promotes the community sharing aspect. There's another campaign that I've seen. I have seen a campaign where they will actually match the earnings of items sold in that live show. Like if you're doing a community share show during the specific time, they will actually match the earnings of other people's sales that you end up helping them make. So that means if someone sells an item for $25 and their earnings are $20 and the sale clears and everything goes, Poshmark will actually match that $20 and give you $20 in Posh credit. Now, obviously there is a maximum for this and it does fall into the original range that I named earlier. But again, you can stack these things. And yeah, it's Poshmark credit, which people could argue, it's not directly money. At the same time, you can buy something and resell it, or just use it to buy your clothes that you're gonna have to buy anyway. I think these campaigns have been absolutely amazing because people have asked for something similar to this for a very long time. There's never really been a benefit for people to run other people's items, and people have even requested to maybe have Poshmark offer a commission where maybe they get like $1 or $2 for every item that sells in their Poshmark live show, but at least like they're not doing it for nothing basically. And because this community sharing actually really does help to build a community around your live shows, so if you're trying to build up your live shows, it's one of the easiest ways to really do that. But those first shows, like, you're not making any money and like spending all this time sharing other people's stuff, and sometimes if you do it wrong, it's not actually going to turn into money anyway. So these campaigns are providing people a way to actually make some earnings, some Poshmark credits off of doing something that they're doing anyway that actually helps to benefit others and build up the community around their own live shows. So I truly think these are amazing and I hope they continue to do them. I'm wondering how many people actually have access to these, so it would be interesting to hear which campaigns you have available to you and if there's other ones that maybe I don't even know about that exist out there. And again, to get access to these, the only thing you need to do is become a Posh ambassador. You don't even need to be like the highest tier of Posh ambassador, which means all you have to do is do some community shares, share your own stuff a certain amount of time, share new Poshers a certain number of times, make sure you have 50 available listings, which I think anyone could do even from items just sitting around their house, sell 15 items, have above a 4.5 star rating, which is not hard at all, ship in less than 3 days, and give one love note, meaning you have to buy one item on Poshmark and it can be super cheap, and then just leave them a note that is a 5-star just to get that off your list. I really think these campaigns are one of the best things that Poshmark has really added recently, or like started to get back into and offer to their community. And I really haven't seen, again, anyone talk about this on social media, but I truly think it's like one of the most amazing things they've done. So I would love to hear your thoughts on that. I have been compiling a lot of data that goes even deeper than this video. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to be sure that you don't miss out on that. And I'll see you in the next one.